gentlemen, welcome back to another fun-filled episode of Friday at I.B.F. HotRods. We are coming to you live here-ish. Thank you. And as always, almost forgot. Thank you, buddy. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen, to a high-class quality piece of equipment like this. They call this a Kawasaki, which is French for Kawasaki. I think it's about a 250, maybe. I don't know. It's classy. We had a guest at the shop today. Brought her in. Wants us to do the old once over on it. Just joking. We're not touching this damn thing. But come on in, boys and girls. We got a good show for you today. We're gonna start with the gold mine, with the fun stuff that happened this week, I should say. Well, everything's fun that we do, but this is the stuff that takes things to the next level and sets us apart from everybody else. Oh yeah, cheers. So, this is the 67, and as you can see, we finally got the bed onto the body, and now we are leveling everything off, setting this thing in here. We got some supports made. They're not finalized in here. We got a whole structure that's going to be built in here. But you can see back here, we got the tubs that are going in. It's the carbon fiber look, just like what's on the hood there. And we good? We're golden? Okay, just making sure. No technical difficulties. But anyways, we got the carbon fibers that are going to go in here. But this rear end is sitting exactly where these tires will be at. So you can see what's going to be happening here. Let me pull one of these over so we can take a gander at it. Then we can see exactly what we got to do here. So these tires have to make their way in here. And during the measurement process, the reason the tires are not on right now is because we literally got to tear out this entire inner structure here. So if our calculations are right, I mean, obviously we're going to be in about right in here. So we're going to have to cut up into here. More than likely our tubs are going to be just under this piece right here. But like I said, we got everything squared away. We're going to take a break on this next week because, as you can see behind me, we got a lot that's going to be going on with the Riviera. If you've been following along with the Riviera, there's a lot of rust going on. But we are prepped and ready to do some serious surgery. We got her scrubbed. We got her debugged. We got all the dirt out of it. And you can see what's going to happen all next week. So, well, I don't have to tell you, but clearly the floors are going to be replaced. When I was cleaning this out, thought I was going to go through. I want to show you guys a little bit of something. We have some panels for this already. They were handmade. I'm not going to tell you by who or anything, but these are about the only panels that are sold for these Rivieras. And I mean, they're not bad. We had some that were already pre-made that we put in the trunk whenever we did it. But I just want to show you what happens when you don't pre-stretch to this stuff, when you start bead rolling everything. Can you hear that? That is what they call oil canning. I had to deal with this in the trunk on all the pieces that were in the trunk, and I have the two front, this is the front right and the front left floor pans that are going to be up here that are going to be needing replaced, but they are not looking like they're going to fit for shit. How about that? I don't know how else to describe it, but I don't think they're going to fit for shit. But so, I mean, clearly there's going to need to be some finagling if we're going to go with them. The problem is, if I go with this shit, then, like, literally, I have to build everything here. I have the toe boards, the toe pieces as well, but that's it. So, I don't know if we're going to use these, because realistically, I'm going to have to rebuild this. We're going to have to go in here and hand shape all this stuff and make everything pretty. We're going to try to patch where we can patch, but I don't see it going to happen. I mean, this maybe. I mean, I know that you can see a little bit of surface, but maybe. Obviously, I'm going to have to get in here, tear all this shit out, treat the actual structure, the bracing under here, the pieces that come across. That'll end up getting, this will get torn out, this will get prepped, this will get cleaned up, rust inhibitor, rust reformer, sealer system, the whole 9 yards. That way it's good to go for another however many damn years. So that's what's going down with inside here. You saw the door panels and shit. We're going to tinker around with some of this jibber jab. Fenders are coming off. The front is coming off. So next week when you see this on Friday, this is not going to look the same. Floors are going to be out of it. Hopefully some of the floors are going to be going back into it. I'm not sure how crazy it's going to get. Like I said, a lot of the time that nobody sees and nobody thinks about when we're doing this stuff is the treatment and care of the metal that's already there that can be saved. You know, it takes a while to do this stuff. It's the same way around the back trim, the back channel. When we were in there, we cleaned and prepped, and we rust inhibitor, rust reformer, sealer system, the whole 9 yards, and then went in and welded over top of it and weld through primer, the whole 9 yards. I mean, this stuff takes a minute to do. So last but not least, over here to the 68, we have made our way through a lot of the wiring this week. Tail lights had to get gone through. There was they tried putting a gas filler back here inside this system, so we had to correct that. Rockin' Randy Savage was in here and found out that there's wires that were just twisted together like damn house wiring and shit like that. So we had to go in and we used brand new connectors. That's what's going on this table. So everything has these fancy new brand new connectors that are going to be plug and play and easy to deal with if the problem ever arises or whatever. As far as the inside goes, more tidying up of the wiring. Underneath, Rockin' Randy Savage took care of a whole bunch of shit as far as the brake lines and the e-brake shit is all connected. The shift mechanism's all connected, all that stuff. You can see a lot of the wiring that used to be rat's nests in here, that was all bundled up in here, is getting tidied up. Wiring is not quote unquote fun to watch. That's why you get about 5 seconds of it on the old motor trend, and then they move on to starting the damn thing. But they didn't show that it took fucking week and a half, a week, 2 weeks to fucking wire the whole damn thing. But nobody wants to see Randy sitting in here just fiddling around with baloney, you know. But we have, you know, radiator lines that have been put in, AC lines, the fittings, everything is getting ready to be crimped up and squared away. We're moving ahead on this pretty good. I'm excited. Randy's going to rock and roll on this some more next week. In between the Riviera and coming back to this. And like I said, we're probably going to take a break on the 67 for a minute, just because I'm ready to start slamming these floors out, and I'm ready to, you know, get this thing squared away to where we can test drive it. We can show you guys some video of test drives. How about that? That'd be a hell of a lot better than me fucking standing here bullshit and drinking beer, you know what I mean? But anyways, as always, Hashtag it's all about the build. Hashtag, what's the new hashtag?
High class hillbilly.
High class hillbilly. Hashtag high class hillbilly. You know what I'm saying? And oh yeah, before I forget, we got a new tool, and I just want to say that this thing's amazing. I got this at Home Depot actually. Come to think of it, they sell automotive shit. Are you kidding me? Anyways, you do a little tacky, you do a little wacky, and the next thing you know, you're fucking pulling dents, which I didn't even tell you about. We'll run over here to the 67 again real quick, but these corners, if you go back and watch another video or two, this whole edge here was completely hammered in. So I was able to actually tack and pull all this out. And then I came in and hammered and dollied it, and I did the same thing over on the other side. We had to hammer and dolly and the whole 9 yards with that as well. So there's just been a bunch of shit going on as far as this thing goes. We're going to take a break. We're going to rock and roll on this. This thing's going to look like a completely different piece of equipment when we're done next week. I'm excited to show you guys. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I.B.F. HotRods, Elliot Slack, over and out. Lots of frickin' da. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. See you next week.